So I recently moved to Caelid. And this shit sucks. There's no food, there's no running water, there's no storage. The school district is terrible. My front yard looks like this. My backyard, if you can even call it that, looks like this. And this is my neighbor, Jean. And there's not even a bed here. There's no dining room, there's no living room, there's not even a couch. And I know a lot of you Tarnished have spent a lot of time here in the Lands Between, but have you actually stayed here, spent the night? Have you checked into a hotel here and stayed for the weekend? No, of course not. And you probably haven't even thought about what it's like to actually live here. And not surprisingly, the housing market in the Lands Between sucks. Fellow Tarnished from Beyond the Fog, grab your bucklers and grab your greatswords, because we are going to talk about the housing crisis in Elden Ring. Oh, also, if you could like this video, please. Every time that you like this video, I get a little bit of my health back, which, you know, considering I live here now, it's really vital. Thanks. Now I'm sure, as you've spent time traversing the Lands Between and passing through here, you've probably noticed that, yeah, the buildings here they're not in good shape. Crack houses, bandos, and hunks of concrete that look like shit. It's pretty obvious. But I think you might have forgotten about what happened to the citizens of these lands, the Lands Betweenians. See, since the Rune of Death was plucked from the Elden Ring, and then the Shattering happened, and the Erd Tree is no longer accepting any rebirths at the roots, these citizens here can't die, and they're left to just wander and stay on this plane of existence for all of time, and it's causing them to slowly lose their minds. See, the Rune of Death was plucked from the Elden Ring so no one could die. And then the Erd Tree, after the Shattering, they started declining any rebirth at the roots, so no one could be reborn again either. And this has caused the citizens to be stuck on one plane of existence, and they're slowly losing their minds. Now you might say, Tesserino, my friend who lives in Caelid now, I believe that the issue is because they haven't been able to die for so long, and that is why they're losing their minds. I disagree with that completely. Now sure, I will concede that that does play some small part in them losing their minds. But I think the biggest reason as to why everyone has gone apeshit around here is because there's no good housing. Now stick with me here. At the end of a long day, we all love to come back to our house, our apartment, our room. It's our space. We like to get into our space and relax, make a rice bowl, watch a Tesserino video, jerk off to Ranny's OF page, and then, you know, get some sleep in our bed. Now, if I could live forever, you know what would drive me fucking insane? Not having any of that. Not being able to do anything. Not even sleep. Computer, put the fucking video back on now. And this is the point that I'm trying to make. Even when we look at the beds throughout the Lands Between, there's really only a few. There's a couple scattered throughout a few fortresses. You might find a mat rolled up in some ruin somewhere, but they're really hard to come by. The only beds that you can really count on finding is those rich assholes up at the Round Table Hold. In most of the walls around here, there's just big ass holes. People just leave the doors open, they don't even close them. So this allows cold air to just blow in, and the only saving grace with that is that we have a couple of fires. But what about the rest of this fucking keep, man? I am freezing my ass off. And most of these buildings don't even have roofs, let alone a roof without a big ass fucking hole in it. And this just lets rain, snow, the sun, whatever, just seep through the top. You're completely exposed to the elements, and there is nothing that you can do about it. God forbid a mosquito fly in there and give you some disease while you're trying to sleep on the cobblestone because no one decided to rebuild the beds that the rest of the Tarnished destroyed. Like, where am I supposed to go to get groceries around here? Where am I supposed to go meet some lady Tarnished? There's only one restaurant around here, and it's some pervert that sells boiled crap. I don't want to hear about our queen's tits all fucking day. Sorry, dude. I just won't go out to eat. I'll just pick some row of fruit and just eat it at home. It is what it is. Just waiting to get home. A lot of traffic on the roads today. I really just don't want to deal with it, you know? It's like, why even go through the hassle? Might have to take a detour. Computer, turn the video back on. Turn the video back on.
Okay, asshole.
You're a fucking piece of shit. You know that? You are a real piece. How do these people live? Because when you stop to think about it for a moment, it doesn't even seem possible. And it makes complete sense as to why they've gone completely fucking cuckoo out here. Just because you can live forever does not mean that you have to live in the worst fucking situation possible. Even the small shacks that you would look at and say, oh, well, that's probably not a major point of interest for the war. This would probably be left alone. No, they're dilapidated too. They're missing both of their walls. It's totally not up to code. I don't know how the city has not come down and condemned this thing and put a fucking Publix here instead. We could use the land for a grocery store. Why are we not getting rid of this? And when you start to look at it, it actually seems better than some of these fortresses because at least you have a cot to sleep on, you have a fire to keep warm, and you have a painting to entertain yourself. You have something to fucking look at. Oh, but don't worry about that herd of wolves and the trolls wandering right next to your place. How do you live here? The Hallowed Tree is perhaps one of the worst examples of this. It's in very good shape, one of the best structures in the entire Lands Between. So then tell me, where are the beds? Where are the cooking pots? Where is something to do? Please, find me one fucking shower around here. Find me one bucket of water. It doesn't exist. We have the most well-maintained fortress in this entire land, the best living conditions by far. And you know what we're doing with it? Nothing. The most well-maintained fortress, and there is nothing to do. There's nothing to eat. There's nowhere to rest, except for a couple of pews in this weird little church. But you know what? They're gonna break when you sit on them because no one decided to make sure that this was up to safety code. So we don't even have anywhere to sit down and take the load off of our feet off of standing all day. But Melania has this nice cushy room with this built-in comfortable throne. I don't know if you know, it's Lazy Boy brand, which she sits on. Yeah, and look at, there's no other fucking chairs here. That is the only chair in the entire Hallowed Tree. Even when we look at the crown jewel of the country, the capital of Lindell, this city is completely destroyed. Entire houses are just boarded up, and there's probably the best living situations. I mean, we have a few couches, but the shit that they just leave indoors and they let come inside, and not to mention all the holes in the wall, all the destroyed stuff. Who is gonna clean up this rubble? This is my buddy Rod's house. And the only reason that I know Rod and I got to meet him is because while I was walking, I was hoping to find a deli in Lindell or something, and surely they can get a sandwich, quick chicken parm or something. Rod just screams out to me. Exactly like that. And he can't get out. He can't get out, he's stuck, he's fucked. City, nowhere to be found. Queen America, she's not doing anything about it. Rod is stuck, like a lot of other people here. So even the capital city of the Lands Between and its best living conditions, it still fucking sucks. But not to mention what they won't tell you about living here is the fact that prices of rent are 10x what they are everywhere else. And you're not nearly making the income here. You make the same amount of money as a guard in there, as Liurnia, as Limgrave. They all make the same amount of money, but they charge you 10x rent here. And ask yourself, where is that money going? Is it going to the Hallowed Tree? Yes. We just sent another $200 billion to the Hallowed Tree. How does that benefit the Lands Betweenians? Yeah, we just sent another $200 billion to the Hallowed Tree. How does that benefit the Lands Betweenians? How does that benefit us? There's no answers. No accountability whatsoever. At least when you live in a shithole outside of the city limits, your rent isn't half bad, you know? And there's a little bit more freedom out there too, you know? Lower chances that you're gonna get, arrested or pulled in for questioning or end up in the sewers and get tortured for a couple of generations because, you have little horns forming, but we don't gotta talk about that. So not only is everyone here hostile and constantly fighting, but the only thing that you have to do is fight or stand there. and pretend to do something. And a lot of people just pretend to do something until a tarnish shows up. There's nowhere to eat. There's nothing to do. There is no sleep to be had. You can't sit down. You can't take a nap. It's horrible. It's inhumane living conditions. And this is exactly why the Lands Betweenians are losing their minds. It's because they don't have a home to go back to. They have nowhere to rest, to shower, to sleep, to eat. There's nothing to do. Put yourself into their shoes and imagine if you lived here. Every day you're just gonna die a couple of times, and that's the highlight, because other than that you have nothing to do. There's no video games, there's no Discord-y sex, there's no show to watch. You have absolutely nothing to do. You haven't had food or water in so long that you've forgotten what it tastes like, and during the day you are exposed to the sun and it's beating down on you and you're charred to a crisp. And then the night time comes in and the cold winds just freeze you right to the bone. You're exposed to the elements and you're stuck. You would go insane in just a couple of days too. And the solution to all of the Lands Betweenians losing their minds and walking aimlessly around is good housing. So in order to fix the housing crisis across the Lands Between, I have gone in partnership with the dog from the church. Meet us at the Church of Vows and donate your runes today. Come on down to the Church of Vows and donate your runes today. We're open from morning until evening, but we've closed during the nights as of late due to the increased sightings of bell-bearing hunters in the area. Any amount of runes helps out a lot, and it helps to fix the housing crisis in the Lands Between. But just know, if your donation is under 100K runes, we will be passing along your information to Consort Radon, and he'll find you. Anyway, please donate your runes today so we can restore the housing of the Lands Between, and thus the sanity of the Lands Betweenians. Thank you. See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. How are the owners allowed to get away with not repairing this? The tenants could easily take them to court, right? And get this thing. Yep, it's Tom over there. Yeah, Tom's kind of a jerk off. I don't really get along with him. I think his friends are kind of weird. He's got a wife. You know, yeah, it's like, you wouldn't think, you know, you would think by looking at that guy, by looking at Tom, you'd be like, guy's not married. He is. It just shows you, like, so crazy, you know, this generation, you know. Just waiting to get home. A lot of traffic on the roads today. I really just don't want to deal with it, you know? It's like, why even go through the hassle? Might have to take a detour. And see, this is the shit that I have to deal with. You see that guy over there? That's Michael, yeah. They put him on the registry, yeah. And I don't understand why he's still allowed within the school zone, you know? And sure, like, okay, yeah, maybe, you know, oh, I only got put on the registry because, you know, I used Rivers of Blood pre-nerf like twice. Like, that was all that I did, you know? And it's like, yeah, but it's still not someone I want around my kids, you know? It just doesn't even matter, you know? I think we should enforce these things better, you know? I think maybe you should get just a lot of prison time for using the pre-nerf, you know, Rivers of Blood or anything along those lines, and then getting on the registry. Like, I think it should be more of a punishment than, you know, we know your name.